We are back. Yes, we're running right now. If you haven't met me before, I'm Buff Bin Stuffed. A ridiculous name, I know. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Write a little comment after this video has ended to let me know how you felt about today's topic. And today's topic is about the man known as Kevin Owens, the former Kevin Steen, now Kevin Owens, NXT champion extraordinaire. And the question I want to ask, and the thing that I want to go out on a limb on, is Kevin Owens groomed to be one of the next big things in the WWE? Now, it's funny saying this because I've always thought that he was very good. I've always enjoyed him when he was in Ring of Honor and PWG. I've always enjoyed him in those two promotions. I loved when he was in a tag team with El Generico. I will never forget that ladder match they had with the Briscoes. I loved his solo stuff. I've always liked Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. He's always had this thing about him that I think he, should be in a TNA or a WWE, really more WWE. But the idea that Kevin Steen would be pushed to a certain level always seemed like something that wouldn't happen. And obviously, if you look at it from our point of view and the things that we had to go on, could you really blame us? I mean, you've seen people from other promotions like WCW come in and not really being used in the way that's to the best of their abilities. You've seen independent and international stars like Ultimo Dragon, who really was from WCW, but also Japan, and you've seen how that worked out. You've seen other independent wrestlers like Paul London and Brian Kendrick not fully utilized to the best of their abilities. You've seen guys like CM Punk, where it's been a real struggle for them. Daniel Bryan, where it's been a struggle for them. Though they've had their successes, a lot of people are very, very opinionated on the fact that they haven't been used as effectively. You've got the stereotype that WWE is a big man's territory, and they'll only go for guys that, like 6 foot tall and shredded all over. Basically the complete opposite of what I look like right now. You've heard of the things that the WWE go for, the bodies that they go for, the looks that they go for, the certain types of people they go for. If it's a second or third generation star, you've pretty much got yourself a contract right away from birth, as well as your birth certificate. We have heard so many things and seen so many things, and case history has shown us these things. However, quite recently, a lot of things have changed. And this is probably why, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that yes, I do think Kevin Owens is going to be the next big thing in the company for a number of reasons. And I think not just his talent, his poise, the fact that he walks onto the show like he owns the place, which is something no one else seems to be doing lately these days. A lot of these new wrestlers come in on TV and they're timid and they're like, hey, I'm just here for my opportunity, I travel down the high road, but no, Kevin Owens is kind of marching right in and he's like, this is my town, this is my town. And that's the kind of confidence that I think more wrestlers need to have. You need to carry yourself like a star. And yes, with all those things, he could still be mishandled, in a certain way. However, I've watched him in NXT. They gave him vignettes to hype him up. They brought him in. They somewhat acknowledge his history on the independent circuit, which was great. They've let him come in a feud with one of their top guys, Sami Zayn, the former El Generico's former tag team partner. And he has been a breath of fresh air on probably the coolest show in wrestling, probably next to Lucha Underground in NXT. He is the top guy in NXT. He is the NXT champion. He's the top heel. And how he has carried himself has been amazing. He's a great smart ass heel. He's got a lot of poise, a lot of presence. And the fact that there's this movement right now in the WWE when it comes to the future, that they have reinvested money into this training facility, that they are now open-minded, far more open-minded than they used to be about bringing in independent talent and talent from TNA to the promotion to work with and to do things with. These are all good signs. And even better signs are the fact that you've seen the way these guys have been used in NXT and that they are highly favoured, and it seems like right now seems to be the best time if you're that kind of wrestler to be in the WWE. Granted, We've seen some things and heard some things about possibly AJ Styles and how that might have not worked out. We heard some things about the is it the American Pit Bulls or the American Wolves? The American Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards apparently not impressing on their trial, which is interesting. So there's still that mixed bag. But then you've seen what they've done with a lot of other people like Finn Balor, like Kenta, who's now Hideo Itami. You've seen what they've done with Tyler Breeze, a Lance Storm graduate. You've seen what they've done with Neville. You've seen what they've done with Sami Zayn. You've seen what they have done with these guys, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. You've seen what they have done with these guys since they've been signed with the company. And it kind of gives you a lot more faith in the promotion to do something with Kevin Owens. Now, with all that being said, his debut on the main roster could have been an absolute disaster. It could have gone complete to shit. It could have started off with a bang and then it could have just been like, done, finished. However, he comes out, he challenges John Cena, he mouths off to John Cena, and he looks like an equal to him. And he carried himself, he spoke very well, he was very compelling, he was very entertaining, and he looked like an equal and a threat to Cena. And even better, rather than Cena getting the last word and then, F you can't see me, I challenge you on Sunday, they had Owens lay him out twice, stamp on the belt, which I thought was fantastic, hold his NXT championship up, which was even better because it puts over that belt, and then you have this match on Sunday, and that could have been a disaster. Why? Because we have seen this many times with Cena, where a new guy is on the rise or a new stable is on the rise, like Nexus, like The Miz, some people would even say CM Punk to an extent, where you see these people on the rise and then Cena gets in there with them, and the Cena formula is to just completely crush them, and then their momentum is completely killed off. However, those two at Elimination Chamber have a back and forth competitive match. The commentary was very, very effective in that match because they made Cena sound like the biggest star in the company, the big deal, the most important person in the company, and then Kevin Owens beats him 1, 2, 3 with his own finishing move. And that right there is an exclamation point on what the company feels about Kevin Owens. And I feel that the sky is the limit, and probably even more, maybe the universe is the limit for that guy right now. And I am going to go out on a limb and I am going to say I think he will be the next big thing in the WWE. I have faith that they could do it. I really hope this isn't going to be like other times where they've done something with a guy and then they completely killed it off. I hope that they continue to move forward from there, and it looks like they will. And Kevin Owens has really stepped it up. He's trimmed down a little bit from how he's looked before, so he looks like he's in better shape. It looks like he's got a fan in Triple H. It looks like the Office seem to really like him. And if they really like you, they're going to do things with you, like have you beat the top guy in the company. And I think that's fantastic. I think he's going to be the top heel in the promotion. I think he's got lots of possibilities and lots of great feuds. Him and Dean Ambrose, him and Seth Rollins, him and Roman Reigns. Why not have him and Brock Lesnar, him and Cena, obviously. And here's one that people are going to be completely surprised by. I wouldn't be surprised if we see The Rock versus Kevin Owens, because they've had some back and forths on Twitter, and there's definitely some chemistry there between the two of them. If you've never seen their stuff on Twitter from a few years ago, I urge you to have a look, because I think they could have a very good back and forth feud. I think that there are so many options with him, and I would love to see Kevin Owens versus The Rock. So yes, I am telling you what I feel. I think Kevin Owens is going to be the next big thing. He can work, obviously, and I hate using that, but he can wrestle. He's very effective, but he carries himself like a star. I know some people are going to be a bit touch and go about his look. Oh, look at the state of him. Oh, he looks awful. People like PS Power. You also have to remember this, PS Power. If you don't carry yourself like a star in your own unique way, you will never catch on. And he doesn't need to be shredded with six-pack abs and completely toned arms and no fat in the face and look like a model on Abercrombie & Fitch. He does not need to look like that. And that's probably why it works. When wrestling is at its most effective is when there's a lot of variety, when one guy looks different to the next guy, and it's compelling to see that visual. If Cena fought Kevin Owens and Owens looked exactly like Cena, where's the specialness and the uniqueness in that? Anyways, I am going to stop. I am going to finish. I am going to upload this. You let me know what you think. Will the WWE fuck it up with Kevin Owens, or will he actually get out there and will he be one of the next big stars in the company? Do you see him as a future WWE champion? Do you see him as a WrestleMania main eventer, one of the faces of the company? Let me know how you feel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, let me know, and I will see you all soon. Bang!